man. How you doing?
Excellent, excellent. It's a fine morning in December, getting ramped up for the Christmas holiday here. So
Yeah,
the stores
ready
are
to
getting
go.
more packed, and I got to get my elbows sharpened up so I can get what I need.
Dude, my ears are still ringing. I know last night you had to cover a different event, but we were at the Skillet show
Yeah,
last night. I can't wait to hang with Tyler Tuesday from Theory of a Dead Man.
yeah,
It's going to be a great interview. My ears are still ringing. I now understand what my dad always said back in my day, right? Because I was a great
yeah,
night of music from my generation back in my
yeah,
day. My kids have no idea what these bands are like, so it's exciting to be able to like. Now I am old enough to have a back in my day moment. Last night was
yeah.
just
There you
like
go.
that. So it was great. Cody was cool. Our buddy Cody from Saint Asonia was really gracious. It was good to
Yeah,
see all of them. High energy, 4 hour show. I had to take a
yeah.
couple of doses of coffee because I was falling asleep there, getting older, but it was fun. So, but then they rocked us back awake. So, and Dane, we talk a lot about taking the bull by the horns and life's an adventure, right?
Yeah.
And our guest today, we'll bring it on here in a moment. Her name is Heidi Stout. She's a part of a program called Encounter Outdoors. You know how much we love to showcase strong female leaders, and she fits that to a T. Basically at this point, pro hunter. She does a lot of things with skiing, fishing, fly fishing, golf. I think she
Yeah,
does everything. It's like almost like an adventurer, if you will. Like I don't know what.
yeah,
There's not really a label you can put on her. It's like she does all these things and does
yeah,
it very well to just pretty much remind us that you can take life by the horns. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
um,
And
it,
this time of year, it's right in the midst of hunting season, so I'm
yeah.
interested to see how that's going.
Yeah, as we're learning more about the
Absolutely.
world of hunting and all that, usually I just go hunting at the buffet table. Now I'm realizing that there's ways to hunt,
There
outdoors
you
and
go.
all that. So I want to get down into it and bring on our new friend Heidi from Encounter Outdoor. Heidi, how you
Yeah,
doing, my friend?
I am doing fabulous. Thank you guys so much for having
yeah.
me. And I honestly just appreciate what you're doing for women,
Yes.
um, and giving us a platform to use our voice. So excited to be here.
Absolutely, Heidi. We,
Absolutely.
we look we look up to you. You're an influence. Our families think the world of you. The show does. So thanks for doing this. I'll take the lead on some of
Absolutely.
these questions. We've cultivated some questions over the years. Now,
Yeah.
looking at what you do, like I said, hunting, obviously fishing. You're a great fly fisherman, by the way. I'm a little jealous. I love your technique. I've watched some stuff. Obviously, the golfing, the skiing, but maybe when you got the itch to do all things adventure, maybe not just one category. How old were you when this itch to do this zeal for life? How old were you when all this began
Yeah.
for you?
I grew up with not a lot of money, and so I feel like my dad really influenced us just like being adventurous and going outdoors because it's free to go outdoors, right? And
Yeah.
and be but I would say it really hit me after my divorce. So about 5 years ago, I realized I was raising four boys alone, and boys are adventurous. And so if I had to hang, I was going to really just dive headfirst into this. And the things they wanted to learn, I had to learn how to do it with them.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
So out of a place of necessity, I think you're right. It is definitely free to go outdoors. It's one of the few free things left, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
uh, that's awesome. So you're talking, and this is kind of early on, Dad. Did Dad take you? I'm sure the pops take you fishing, things like that, growing up, or maybe
Mm.
hunting or any of that stuff.
We didn't hunt. I was from Phoenix, so we would
Okay.
go out in the desert and, see rattlesnakes, pick up tarantulas,
Mm.
just a lot of camping and that type of stuff.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
do some fishing, no fly fishing, but we did do fishing. But yeah, just really dived into most of this in the last 5 years.
Okay. Well,
All
you're
right.
already more brave. You're already more brave than in one day than I'll ever be in my life, Heidi. Spiders, I will scream like a 6 month old baby. I hate spiders. So kudos to you. Then go ahead because I'm getting heebie-jeebies thinking about it, man.
With all the things that you've taken on these past 5 years with your sons, what is something that maybe an event or maybe a hunt that you've been on that's been your most exhilarating, I guess, or toughest thing that you've done
Yeah.
that you've enjoyed though?
That's a tough question. I mean, I seriously, you put me outside and I'm going to have a great time. I would say probably the two most like hunts that I absolutely love. Elk hunting, I am insanely passionate about. I have yet to get my elk. I missed my shot here, which I'm still like, still grueling from. But having an elk bugle just a few yards from you and, pulling that bow back is just insane. Like I can't ever get enough of that.
Mm.
But I got my mountain lion this year. So harvesting my mountain lion was definitely
Wow.
the most exciting and rare experience that I've ever had.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So, and I watch I watch a lot of your technique and videos, and you make it seem so flawless. I'm like, only way I can bow hunt is on Tomb Raider, the video game, and you're just over here, you're just like crushing it. Like, wow, that's man. So what is not to get too technical on that? Is it a compound bow? Is that we're learning more about the spores? Is that what you're using
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
Or-
Using a compound bow. I've been hunting for 3 years.
okay.
My son wanted to learn to hunt, so I was like, okay, got to figure this out. And I became obsessed. I'm way more obsessed than my kids are.
Okay.
But yeah, so I started with just a used bow. I had a friend help me get a used bow and just
Mm.
started learning to shoot. I could barely pull the thing back when I started. So
Wow.
yeah, just put in
From,
a
from
tuck.
from that to a mountain lion. Let's go. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's great.
What was the time frame on your or getting your mountain lion and the terrain like whenever you were on that hunt?
So what I was out for my mule deer during rifle season,
Mhm.
and I had hiked up to the top of this really steep ridge, and I wasn't seeing any deer. I heard a turkey off to the side. I was like, oh, well, I could, go get a turkey if I can't find anything else. And I just happened to look over to the side and I'm like, what is that? And I was like, that's a cat. And it was just sitting, well, it was standing on the top of the ridge, just over from me. And then I got my phone out. I'm like, oh, I'm going to record it because, it's going to be gone in just a second. And then it just sat down and then it just bedded down right there in the sun. I said,
Wow.
oh, here's my chance. And so it
Wow.
took me probably a good 15 minutes to get myself in position and get my
Mm.
rifle. And it was about 233-yard shot and
Wow. That's
hit
crazy.
it down on first shot. So I was super excited.
So Heidi, I'm calling
Wow.
dibs now, Dane. Sorry. Whenever we play laser tag, Heidi, you're on my team. Okay, let's go. Or paintball. That's crazy. 230 yards. That's wow. That's impressive. So when you kind of transition into obviously what you're influencing your sons with, and you have a
Yeah.
movement now. It's neat to see. I see every day when I follow what you do.
Yeah.
You're making a shadow. You're casting a shadow of influence on the next generation. It's
Yeah.
cool to see. There's got to be. I know you mentioned maybe pops and all that. Has there been maybe a few other hunters or archers or fishermen or I don't know what category, but maybe some people have influenced you so far along your journey?
Mm.
Social media is crazy. Like, there's so much negativity out there and you hear, how horrible it is and things like that. Besides, yeah, my family and my boys inspire me every day. There are so many people I've come across that inspire me. And it's really people that are just passionate about what they're doing and passionate about the world we live in and are respectful and are advocates for, hunting or
Mm-hmm.
fishing or whatever the industry is, that are just really good people like Jana Waller from Schoolbound, um, Amanda Caldwell. There's a lot of women. I mean, I could name a ton of women that have really just inspired me. Just being, women that are out there trying to do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
so hard, one being a woman in kind of a
Yeah.
male-dominated industry, but also just learning new skills. I haven't been doing this long and I'm not afraid to say sometimes I don't know what I'm doing and they're just, trying to figure it out. But so many people, Paul Serby, like they've just embraced me. And if like I get these messages, encouragement, keep at it, it
That's awesome.
just, it inspires me.
It's a community, sounds like. Yeah, that's cool. So, and I think it's neat. Dan and I talk about this a lot, Heidi, because we try to really approach things and just learning, right? We've got, fans of all genres. We've got hunters and non-hunters and all that. And I think what's cool about what I've learned more about when I interview people like yourself and Randy and I've met with Don and all that. It's neat that it's okay if maybe they don't want to do it, but you have that respect for each other. Like it's okay
Yeah.
if you don't want to take this path, that's fine. But I
Yeah.
love the mutual respect that I'm seeing. It's just it's neat to see the cohesion, if you will. So you know what I'm saying, Dame? Like there's
Yeah.
camaraderie whether they like to hunt or not. You know what I'm saying, Dame? So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have friends. One of my best friends, he's a hunter. I mean, he's gotten elk, and he was an elk hunter. He did caribou, things like that. And he tells me about all the people he meets whenever he goes to these camps and things like that. And much like you said, the mistakes he makes, somebody else has already made them, and they're able to help him along as well.
Yeah.
Whether it be the right gear, the best way to approach something. So it sounds like you said, like a community that everybody's willing
Yeah.
to chip in and help you with that next bit of knowledge. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
any other sport, you're not going to know until you make those mistakes. So, but now transitioning into that, what is next for you as far as your next big hunt, your next big adventure coming out to the end of the year, or even in 2024? Do you have some big things coming up for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to finish out this year with my boys skiing. I mean, that's just getting started. So I live 20 minutes from the ski hill. So that's where
Wow.
you find a lot during the winter, which is absolutely incredible. But beginning of 2024, I think it's super important for women these days to understand guns and, proper usage. So I'm taking a
Yeah.
concealed class from a wonderful woman named Amanda Rose with the Athena Tactics. So I'm going to Boise for that. And then the Hunting Expo is in February, which is a huge event where we all get to kind of see each other one year. So I'll be doing that. And then I have a few hunts I'm working on that are out of state. And then, I'll be getting my bow ready and just doing a lot of practice for fall next year. May have some waterfowl hunts that I've had some interest in. So, people, I just tell them, sign me up. I'll be there.
Hey, Dane. So Dane, are you ready to do that thing where they put the apple on the head and they just shoot it? Dane said he'd volunteer for that, Heidi. Right, Dane? So, just kidding.
With
like,
with her shooting, with her shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So I'm gonna let her try it once and I'm gonna go, Dane. Is that cool? You good with that? I'm just kidding.
There you go.
No. So Heidi, I love it. I love the kind of again, I keep coming back to the camaraderie, Dane. We've said that the family, there's like this community, what I'm seeing, and it's neat to see how much good comes out of this. And it's a good skill set. I love what you said about the fact that, the hunter safety and like or conceal and carry things, all those things across the board of just doing it the right way. So I could go on and on about that. I love the way you're going about it. But there's a section, Heidi, that we're going to transition to. I promise you're going to crack up. This is a benchmark segment for us. Okay. Every single time we've got great fans who give us questions from around the world. Yeah. We're about to get weird for a second. Okay. So no, the way we do this, there's no wrong answer, Heidi. There's 5 questions. It's called rapid fire. There's no wrong answer. You pick what you feel like you should say. Me and Dane are betting on you. We have already got the questions and we think we know what you're going to say. So we'll tell you along the way, we have a bet on you. Whoever gets the most right answers of what we think you're going to say gets lunch provided by the loser. So like if I win, Dane buys me lunch and so forth. Okay. So you ready?
I think so.
So there's no wrong answer. You just go with anything's possible. Reality pauses for a second. There's no laws of gravity. Just anything's possible. Okay, so here we go. So first question, Heidi, you're called up that some producers catch wind of what you're doing. They love your body of work. They love the influence that you're making. They say, hey, we're making a cartoon movie in 2024. We'd like you to be a playable, a guest character in one of these 2 upcoming movie franchises. They're redoing a classic Scooby-Doo cartoon, or they're also doing a classic Looney Tunes cartoon. You get to be Heidi Stout in one of these 2 movie franchises. Scooby-Doo or Looney Tunes, which one do you want to be a part of?
Probably Looney Tunes. Just seems like that's going to fit me.
Okay. Oh, man, I had Scooby-Doo. How about you, man?
I had Scooby-Doo because I could see you hunting down the person you're going after to go.
Oh, man. Okay, well, so we're both 0 for 1. Oh, go ahead.
I'm insanely awkward and I embarrass myself a lot, so that's why I picked
Oh, no, not at all. Okay, so 0 for 1. Second question. So on this, there's a lot of TV type stuff in this one today, it seems like. So second question, you're called up also, you're done with maybe the February hunting expo. They say, hey, we're going to do a reality TV show, kind of an encounter, maybe something like almost like a Steve Irwin type show where you're doing an adventure hunting, meat eater type thing, something like that. And you get to pick your co-host for the entire season. It's going to go on Netflix. You have 2 choices for your co-host for this series. Adventures with Heidi, whatever you want to call it. You can use Melissa McCarthy, love her, very, very funny lady. Or you can use, I don't even know her real name, Meredith from Grey's Anatomy. I forgot her real name, but you can use McCarthy or Meredith as your co-host for this show. Who do you want to go with?
It's going to be McCarthy. I loved a lot.
Yeah, I got you. Dane, did you have that one?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh, man, I actually had you for that one, some 1 for 1. McCarthy's, I could just see it like you guys doing the shenanigans and all that kind of stuff, so it'd be great. So next one, question 3. You're doing a celebrity golf tournament and I love both these ladies, are both great, so let me preface that. But you get to choose one of these 2 ladies to be your, I don't know, is it caddy, Dane? No, I'm kidding. This is your partner, it's pairs. So you can choose one of these 2 ladies to be your golfing partner in this event. You can go with Serena Williams or you can go with Beyonce as your partner. Which one?
Definitely Serena Williams.
I have Beyonce, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you have Beyonce, Dane? I did.
Oh, no, I had Serena, because she could already swing it. Okay, put that thing out there, 350 at least.
I got you. I got you. Well, Dane, you're sneaking ahead of me, dude. I'm gonna try to catch up. So Dane's ahead of me by one, Heidi. So here we go. So next question. They're doing they're adding an event to the Olympics. They're doing pond ice skating to the Olympics. They're adding it across like the Pacific Ocean or something. Okay, and they say, hey, Heidi, we want you to come up. We've seen some things you can do. You got some good moves on the ice. We want you to be a part of the first ever Olympic skate across the ocean event. But what they don't tell you is you have to wear a specific outfit for the event on national TV. You have to wear one of those sumo blow-up suits or a panda suit the entire time. Sumo or panda suit, which one are you going with?
I'm gonna go with sumo.
Let's go. Let's go. Bouncing back.
That would be a little bit.
Just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of scooting around. The ones that inflate, you have the little things where they blow up and all that. So that'd be pretty cool. Making her turn around the Pacific is Heidi, and it's like you can just see her kind of going like this. Awesome. So I love it. Dan, did you have sumo?
No, I had a panda. I was thinking different way on that.
So we're tied up on this one. So last question, Heidi. So check this out. This is the weirdest, and I love this question. So you're familiar with ghillie suits, obviously being a hunter and all that, right? So they ask you, and they're doing almost like a prank, like something like a stupid videos prank. They say, hey, we want you to wear this ghillie suit, and without making it awkward, you can't act like it's a joke. We need you to crawl around the entire Walmart, your nearest Walmart, as if you're just tracking prey in Walmart, or you have to crawl around a ghillie suit in your local dentist office. Like, you got to pick one: crawl around Walmart or crawl around the dentist office in a ghillie suit, acting like you're tracking prey. Which one are you going with?
I'm probably gonna go with Walmart, and I would probably do that now.
Let's go.
There you go.
Can you imagine that? What are you doing? I'm hunting for discounts. You know, you're like crawling around Walmart in a ghillie suit, like what? And just stopped and paused. I would love to see that. If you do that, please let us know, because we will share the heck out of that. Okay.
I like everyone's faces.
I love that. I mean, I'm not going to say I haven't done that, but I'm not going to say I have. You know what I mean? So maybe that was a personal question. Dan, did you have that one? Or?
Oh yeah, I could see that happen. I mean, just
like in the lawn and garden section, just kind of perch out right there, just kind of crawling around.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. So great. Well, hopefully, Heidi, in interviews or press you've done, it's a little something different. It's called Rapid. So thanks for being a good sport on that part. Okay. So
fun.
Love it. Then go ahead, man, with the last one.
On this last segment, Heidi, we call an open mic. We open our floor up to our guests to maybe give a couple of words of inspiration to maybe somebody who's just starting, like you did 5 years ago, starting this adventure, or any adventure for that matter, that's kind of maybe reserved and thinks maybe I can't do it, or this is something I shouldn't do. What is maybe some words that you would tell them about, following their passion, maybe trying to be the best that they can be?
Yeah, that's the part that I love. I talk to so many women and just people that, I want to do that. And I think my advice to them is to just do it. There is so much fear that we let run our lives. And I think, when we start embracing the uncertainty, I've been so scared doing so many of these things. I remember when I first started, I didn't even want to hike in the dark. Now it doesn't even faze me, but, just stop being scared. Everyone starts somewhere. Okay to mess up. You just have to embrace that a little bit, that you don't know what you're doing. And the right people will encourage you. If there's people that are, saying things, you just got to let that go. You got to do the best for you, because, you have one life, and the time's going to pass. And, I put a post on today. It's not about the things I don't regret the things that I say no to, or those are the things I do regret. Sorry. It's that I say yes. And, I never regret those, however silly or crazy it is. I'm so happy I did it, even if it's painful at points. Some of those hikes, you're like, why am I doing this? Or why did I do this? I've run quite a few half marathons too. And usually my first mile is my worst mile, because I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking starting this. But then when you cross that finish line, you're like, this is why I did it. Each milestone, I think you have to celebrate that too. There's little ways you get there, even if you're not at your end goal. Celebrate those little wins along the way, because that means you're making progress. And at the end of it, you're doing what you're passionate about, and chasing those dreams.
I love that. You said something too, and Dane and I have kind of, because we both do half marathons, right, and stuff. And I remember he said it's not just applying to running, Heidi, but there was a runner. I can't even remember the name. It's been so long, but they said anything you do, whether it's running or whatever, in your case, multiple adventures, if you do
Mhm.
any of it, it's more than you would have done if you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like if you do something at all, even if it's a milestone. I guess I did have a kind of a side B question. When you look at all the adventures you've done, whatever it may be, hunting, skiing, all of that, was there anything that maybe you found was actually a little easier than you thought of all the things you've done? Because I know people go,
Yeah.
"Oh, I jumped in, I went head first, and I learned," but maybe of the things that you've done, was there something that was a little bit easier than you thought it would be? You know?
Hiking.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
they're all difficult in their own way, and
Yeah.
I would be like, if there wasn't one that I tried that I didn't want to quit.
Okay.
Golfing, skiing. I tell people, they're like, "Oh, I tried skiing once and I don't want to do it. It was so hard." I'm like, "Well, you got to push through that."
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing gets easier until you consistently do it more and more.
I love that.
Yeah, they've all been hard in their own way. You're using muscles in different ways for each of them that is painful the next day. But I can't say. I think that the easiest thing is getting up and going out.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's no one stopping you from doing it too. I love that. So, wow. Well, Dana, I'm kind of just absorbing all this. Do you have anything to add to that? Because I'm kind of speechless for a moment,
No, I just love the message. Something in particular that stuck out was embrace the uncertainty.
Yeah.
Something that I kind of drive now with, you can bring to, our younger athletes that we work with is we work a lot with softball girls, and it's one of those things where something's going to be hard, so embrace that and you'll learn so much from it. So that's what I took from it. So it's a great message. So I
Wow.
appreciate you putting it so succinctly.
So eloquently, right? So I think
Yeah,
you have a future in broadcasting and like speech writing too, Heidi,
there
because
you
you're
go.
very good at the way you say it. We're just some,
Yeah.
bumper sticker phrases and all that is all we use. So, so, well, Heidi, please let it be known we appreciate what you do. We
Yeah.
continue to cherish
Yeah.
and support and promote what you do for the sport and for like I said, females as well. This is always an open invitation, so please don't let it be the last. Don't let it be
Yeah.
your first. You're an alum now, so as future events unfold and all that, you're welcome to come back and share those with us as we keep progressing the show too. Okay. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you. And I'm will take you up on that invitation because I love what you guys are doing. So thank you.
Thank you.
of course, let me know. I need the footage though. Hopefully it gets today. When you do the ghillie suit thing, please send that to me. I
Yeah,
need to
there you
see
go.
that. So first dibs on that. Okay. Just kidding. So
Boys will be all for that.
let's go. And it'll be an exclusive. No, thanks again, Heidi. Much love. We appreciate you. Hope
Yeah,
you have a
thank
great
you.
Merry Christmas and holiday season. And we'll get this out
Yeah,
very soon. We'll be
absolutely.
in touch. Okay. So
Merry Christmas.
thank you, Fred.
Thank
So
you.
I'm telling you, man, she's inspirational, dude. Like, what do you think of her? She's great, right?
Yeah, I mean, just being new to it, relatively new, I guess. I mean, a lot of hunters we know, or I know, that they're lifelong, but being new to it and embracing it and coming in and saying, I can do this. I'm going to make my mistakes, but I'm going to do it. I mean, what better inspiration can you have to somebody that's new at anything to come in and say, just go do it? I mean, give it all you got. You're going to mess up, but you're going to have probably the most fun in your life doing something that is uncertain to you.
Isn't that kind of a phrase that you use all the time? If you make your mistakes at full speed, don't you say that a lot too?
Yeah. That's what we always tell our girls from when we coach soccer to softball. It's like fail at 100%, and that's the only way you'll succeed. So
embrace uncertainty. And you think about what she said, man, too. It's cool. And I didn't want to expand on it too much out of respect, but she took maybe a bit of a dark time in her life. She overcame some challenges, personal life, and used that. I see this time and time again, man. And I feel like all these great people we interview, it's like almost on their DNA. They find a way to take bad and turn it into good. She spoke about overcoming the issue that she dealt with in her life, personal, the divorce things, and she took that and made it into this. Look at this enterprise she has now. So out of a place of darkness.
And not only being an inspiration to others, but even in her own house, showing her sons that, hey, this is something you can do and be great at. So it's a great message to have. That was a great person to follow.
Yeah, I really, guys, if you don't follow her yet, we'll make sure we get the links out in the posts and all that. But what a great influence, and I'm just glad we got the chance to track her down. And it won't be the last time. So you like that? It won't be the last time. So But you guys, that was a great Sunday morning edition. I was excited to get the word out for Heidi. We got one. Usually, we'll be doing Sundays only from now on. So you get your Sunday episodes weekly.
There you go.
We do have one bonus one this week, but because of timing, we couldn't let it go. Our buddy Tyler from Theory of a Dead Man is stopping by Tuesday night. It should be a great night. We got a special guest host, Dane Rainey, stopping back by to hang with us for that one. So it'll be fun.
Oh man, that's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, and then we have Dane. A couple. I figured I kind of spilled the beans a little bit. We made a couple announcements. We've got one of our buddies, Danny, stopping by from Default. We've also got Bruce, our buddy from the Little River Band. We're going to go old school for a little bit, and I'm tracking down a very, very big surprise for you guys. I can't even say it yet because I don't want to spill the beans. But we got a lot more content on the way. Got a couple new bands that we're working with, and it's going to be a great 2024. I tell you what, as the show keeps rolling, couldn't do without you guys. But again, thank you again, Heidi, for what you did today and for keeping that influence going. It was a great one.
Absolutely.
So don't forget, as always, that we love you. And Dane?
Thank you for listening.